I believe that most human beings are only living at about 40% of their capability. The mind has a governor, like a car. If you're driving a car and the car has a governor on it, the car may say 130 miles an hour, but the governor's set to 91. The car wants to go. The car wants to go, but that factory said, you're not going past 91. We have a factory, a nice governor in our brain, and it's a survival mechanism. It protects us from pain and suffering. At all times of your life, the mind has a tactical advantage over you. Why is that? It knows what you're afraid of. It knows your insecurities. It knows your deep, dark lies. And it starts to push you away from that. It pushes you in a direction that is comfortable. The mind controls everything. You get to 40%, your brain says, we're done. Let's roll, man. This is starting to get painful. This is uncomfortable. So you sit down. You have to figure out ways, and everybody's different. That's how the book kind of talks about, like we all have these things about, 5 steps to this and 4 steps to this. There's a lot more than that. That's all bullshit. It's a practice that you have to, it's a habit. So if you know that at 40%, I'm feeling pain. At 40% I'm feeling pain. That's where the 40% rule kicks in. Now it starts. Okay, I'm feeling pain. My mind's saying it's saying get out of here, run, flee. The fight or flight kicks in. Okay, we're done. We're not good enough. It starts telling you all these things. You start to believe it because the mind controls all. This is the time where you have to gain control back of your mind. It's okay. Let me see if I can go 45%. And once you start giving yourself more and more hope, and start realizing, okay, the mind starts to be, okay, what are you doing? We're supposed to be going right, and you're going left. You start then controlling your mind. Start finding more in yourself, and then it goes from 40% to a lot further than that. But that's the start of it, though. Get to the spot where your mind is saying stop. Wherever that is, you gotta get there first, and then that's when that starts to work. You gotta control yourself in that moment.
The minute you start thinking, I don't want to do this, the minute that feeling creeps in, that's the time you're having a test. The minute you feel the ache of, I'd rather do something else, I'd rather do anything else than this, that's the test. The minute you train yourself to say, this is my opportunity, is the minute you go from loser to fucking winner. And this is a skill. This is something you practice, all right? You have to understand that at that point where you see yourself recognizing that I'm having a test and that this is my opportunity to prove to myself, that's when you stop having dialogue with your emotions. You stop negotiating with your feelings and you start to act. I call this a production pivot. Production pivot is you recognize the feeling, you use it as a trigger to act, and you get up and you start moving, okay? And that's what I want to, what's a trigger, all right? Every addiction has a trigger. And when you start to act, that's when the magic happens, okay? When you step up on a test day, when you successfully complete a test day, it's going to be one of the most euphoric, powerful experiences that you've ever had. You're going to see immediate confidence, immediate boost in self-esteem, all right? You guys know what this feels like because you've inherently done it even on accident sometimes. You can't tell me that there's been a time where you've resisted the opportunity to be a lazy fuck and move forward anyway. You've done this and you know what it feels like. And this is how you build the process of momentum, okay? And you'll want it to happen again. You're gonna look for the test. You're gonna become so focused on the test that you're gonna be like what I said in the beginning of the show, which was, I wish the test was harder. And what happens when you start to make the test harder? Your strength and your skills and your character gets stronger, all right? But here's the key. You've gotta recognize the feeling because the feeling is the trigger. Every addiction has triggers. You'll come to understand that the feelings of not wanting to do something are your triggers. These are the signs that you're having an opportunity to indulge in your addiction, and your addiction is winning. That's how you're going to learn to love test days, and that's how you're going to produce the skills you need, which are the qualities that I mentioned before: fortitude, endurance, discipline, grit, dedication, mental toughness, that are the building blocks of building a successful life.